Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to a special episode of ChluyTalk Podcast. I am your host, Chluy. Got a special treat for you guys. Today's guest is a designer, creative director, CEO, musician, entrepreneur, and founder of multiple brands. He's the CEO of a globally successful fitness brand, Live Fit Apparel. And without further ado, I'd like to welcome the one and only Randall Pich to the podcast. How are you, my brother?
Good, man. Thanks for having me. It's finally time that we actually linked up to do this podcast. So I'm super excited. Thanks for having me, man.
Man, thank you so much, man, for squeezing me in your busy schedule, man. Like I told you off camera, when I started my podcast, you're the first, one of the first person in my mind, as a guest to have, because I feel like you're like a true inspiration. Just a go-getter, man. Every time I need inspiration, I go to your IG, and the way that you have your brand set up. I like everything that you will stand for. Your Muay Thai, your kicks, and just everything you do. You're working out like that. That gets me pumped because me growing up as a martial artist as well. I'm like, damn, this guy doing it, and Cambo in a Lambo, man. You're a Cambo in a Lambo. You could say you're a Cambo in a Lambo. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I never heard
That's
that one
goals.
before.
To me, it's goals.
Oh, yeah.
It's as a child, I don't know if you ever had the Lamborghini, the 1991 Lamborghini Countach poster in your bedroom as a child. That was my dream car as a kid. So I'm like, wow, this guy got it.
I think my dad has a poster of that in his garage. Oh, man. That's funny.
Yeah,
dude.
man.
But yeah, dude.
Man, I appreciate you so much, brother.
Appreciate you having me, man. And like I said, off camera too, it was the other way as well. I'm super stoked that I could be part of this because when I saw your first video, dude, I shared it to all my cousins, my family, my parents, dude. We all just died over it, So it's
the Hijab gang one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's relatable, especially with people California Bodians in the early 90s. It's you guys invented gang culture.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but it was crazy because what you said is what every parent said, and it was to the strict, perfectly to the T. And we were just crying, dying. It was so funny,
Wow, I was shocked that the rest of the world related to it, because to me, being from Kelso, Washington, 2 hours south of Seattle, and my parents, their worst fear is the kids joining in a gang at the time. And I'm like, yo, I think I made them proud by not joining the gang, and I managed to stay out of jail too. I didn't even go to jail yet, man.
Yeah.
Shoot, I got no street cred.
Oh man,
I guess that's something to be proud of. Shoot, I didn't let my mom down.
Oh man, that's.
I'm not a doctor, but shoot,
yeah.
I'm a rapper, mama, or a comedian.
What's that, huh? Go to school.
Yeah.
That's all it was, but.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
So, Randall, I want to get to know you, more about you. I know that we've been friends on IG and stuff. I want to, interview you. I think I've seen some of your podcast interviews, but I want to know more about you,
Yeah, personal level.
Randall Pich, the human being.
For sure.
You were born and raised in Long Beach, or?
Yeah. I was born and raised in Long Beach, on the east side, where all the Cambodians were at, Super Mountain.
East side?
Yeah, the east side. Right there. And we moved around a lot growing up when I was throughout elementary school and middle school, but we stayed on the east side, We were on Section 8 and stuff like that, so my mom just did what she could for us. My dad lived in Cerritos, so it's not too far, but they had divorced when I was 3 years old. So I didn't know, it never affected me. I don't think it did, but as far as I just knew, one day I'm going to go to my mom's, or I'm going to stay with my mom. And then every other weekend I'm going to go to my dad's. And that was normal for me and my brother, So I have one older brother. His name is Randy. It's kind of weird. Randall Randy.
So Randy and Randall?
Yeah, that's my dad too. Or was it my mom? I don't know, but it's their fault. But yeah, I'm going to name you.
So your dad's name is Randy as well?
No, my dad's name is Chandra.
Oh, okay.
And then I come out with Randy. What the heck, Randy? It's the same name. He can steal my identity and I can steal his. But yeah, so yeah, born and raised in Long Beach, California. Just grew up on skateboarding. I think that's the thing that saved me from gangbanging, because a lot of my homies that were, that I went to school with, even early, now I think about it, even elementary school, they started gang banging then. I'm not even joking, dude. Like 4th, 5th grade, you know what I'm talking about? And up in middle school, that's when like I stuck with skating, and then I see some of the homies that used to skate join gangs and stuff like that, you know, because like TRG and Asian Boys was big in Long Beach, right? So there was like a huge, it was just like, it was Cambodian on Cambodian, you know what I'm saying? It was bad. Yeah. So I was like, man, I'm gonna just stay away from this shit. I'm gonna skateboard, go to Cherry Park down the road, and just, you know, stay away from trouble. Because my mom was always busy working and stuff. So it was like summer days, right when we woke up, we're outside skating up until, you know, nighttime. Then I would just see my mom at home. So, but yeah, it was crazy, you know. But overall, like, I think I had a pretty good structure. You know, my dad taught me well, because my dad has, not saying that my mom didn't have her shit together, but my dad's like very structured and very like adamant about us getting things done and doing our chores. And, you know, I don't know, maybe because he's a male figure. I don't know. Every time I needed my parents, they were there. Let's say that, you know. So I was fortunate enough with that. So, yeah.
Wow. So that's cool that you had a little hobby like skateboarding to keep you out of trouble. And that's what's up, man. I played like a little basketball and taekwondo. Taekwondo was what kept me out of trouble.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Heck yeah, dude. I did Muay Thai too as well. So I did that in high school. I was at Omri spot, actually, Perdal Saray.
Omri?
Yeah.
Perdal Saray.
Yeah, so that...
Yeah, Omri, he's a well-known Khmer Perdal Saray instructor in Long Beach, right?
Yeah, one of the few only left that didn't get, you know, executed over there, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because during the Khmer Rouge, they killed off everybody, even instructors and everybody, right? Teachers, if you were educated.
Monks,
yeah. You know, so he was one of the survivors that made it here. And, yeah, a lot of people don't know.
Man.
Yeah.
Man, I got so much love for Long Beach, man. A lot of my guests are actually from Long Beach. So, like, the stories are similar. You know, the struggle of, you know, growing up in the early 90s around gang culture, you know, living on Section 8 and stuff. You know, it's also similar to, like, not just California, but, like, nationwide with, like, us immigrants and stuff. So it's, like, it's cool to hear from you, like your family history. So you just have one brother that's an older brother?
Yeah, that's full blood. Yeah, so, and then my dad has his family now, and so I have a half sister and a half brother as well. But they're all pretty local, you know.
So how did you, like, get started in the fitness apparel business? Like, was that something that you wanted to do?
Honestly, I didn't think that was going to be my career as far as getting back into apparel. And then when I say getting back into apparel, there's a little bit of history, you know, that I should explain first. In high school, when I was like around 15, 16 years old, I started multiple brands because I took my first graphic design class then. And that taught me how to make a screen for silk screen. So how to make a t-shirt, right? That pretty much kicked off my career, because once I learned that, it was like nonstop. I was like my other creative hobby, I guess you could say. But at that time in high school, we were skateboarders. I was a drummer in a hardcore band. And so we made merchandise, we printed merchandise to sell at our shows. So I knew how that type of business worked. And LA is not too far, you know, the fashion district. It's not too far from Long Beach, just maybe like 45 minutes, you know, a drive. So I can go there and get shirts wholesale, you know. So I had access there, and I would just go there, get a batch of shirts, bring it to school and print it there, because they had a silk screening machine, a manual one that we used because we had to do that for a project. Without even knowing, I was learning how to do that hustle, you know what I mean? Go get the blanks, make sure the cost is at this cost, and that if I'm going to sell it, I got a profit, right? So I knew the margins, I understood all that stuff, but I didn't think it was going to be like a career thing later, right? So I just did that as a hobby. I made a bunch of shirts. I made like brands that didn't really pop off and stuff like that. And then when it was time to go to college, my mom was like, okay, you got to go to school now, because I got accepted to Long Beach State. I was actually graduated search and rescue. I was going to become a firefighter. Not random, right? So,
yeah.
But my mom was like, you know what? Yeah, just go to college. So that's what I did. I was like, I dropped everything else I was doing at the time and started my first 2 years. Yeah, just going to college. And then I didn't know what my major was, right? But I liked working out. because I went to the gym and stuff, and I didn't know what kinesiology was, but the more I looked into it, it was the study of human biomechanics, right? The study of exercise science. I was like, hey, that's kind of cool. I think I want to do this. So I chose that major and started pursuing a career in that, whether I was going to be a personal trainer for a corporate company or open up my own business, open up my own practice, right? And that can lead to physical therapy or other like master programs or whatever, if you wanted to extend your education. So I ended up doing that. I got hired. So I studied kinesiology, and then I wanted to start getting into the field. So I applied at Valley Total Fitness. So this was when Valley was still around, and I got hired at Valley Total Fitness. I worked there for a few years, built up my clientele, and then eventually left Valley's. And throughout all this, I was still going to school, right? So as I was scaling the personal training business, I went to a private gym. I left Bally's because LA Fitness took over Bally's, right? So we all got laid off, and then they wanted to rehire us, but with like half the pay. I was like, nah, I'm cool, So I took all my clients with me, and we went to a private gym. I just rented out a private gym in Signal Hill, which is in the middle of Long Beach. It was called No Limits. So then I pretty much ran RP Fitness out of there, and I was full-time, so I had a key, and I was doing, boot camps and stuff like that. And it really grew my business to the point where it was making really, really good money, like career type money, right? The school thing was like, man, I felt like school was so slow, and my career in personal training was just skyrocketing because I was training next to a lot older professionals that had really good clientele that had been training for like 15 years plus, and they were crushing it. And I was like right there too as well. So I was like, what am I doing? Do I really want to pursue this degree? Because everybody, not to knock on that stuff, but everybody around me in class, I felt like they were like 10 years behind or it, the stuff that we were learning, I already knew. And I had just the hands-on real life experience, which you can't teach that stuff, So I was way ahead of the game, but I ended up dropping out with only 4 units left. And this is the reason why, because I'm going to put Long Beach State on blast, but whatever. The kinesiology department required 2,000 hours, I believe, of internship hours, right? 1,000 corporate and 1,000 traditional. And what that means is corporate, it's like you go and volunteer at like Boeing or something, and you go train their employees, right? Stuff like that. And then the other traditional is like the Valley Total Fitness, which I had already done. But I had worked at Bally's for so long, I did like over 2,000 hours, but they wanted strictly half and half. So then I asked other students and other colleagues of mine, I was like, hey, you've done your corporate hours. How was it? They're like, oh, it's cool. I just sat there and cleaned machines and swiped cards. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Because I didn't have the time to do the internship hours because I had a business that was already blowing up. And I had the LV clothing thing at the little t-shirt store in the hood over there. We'll talk about that later too. So I had a lot of things going on. And I was like, hey man, my academic career will always be here, right? But this success wave isn't. I got to keep riding it. Once you have momentum, you can't stop. So I just was like, forget this. I'm going to just pursue this career or, my personal training business and all that. So, and that's when my personal training business started really cracking off. And then I started printing shirts for my clients because I knew how to do that already, right? Throughout high school, I knew where to get the shirts. So I just wanted to look dope and have my clients look dope when we're all working out, have this like kind of team vibe. So every time they would reorder sessions, I would just give them a shirt, right, for free, covers the cost. And then I would post it on Facebook. We didn't have Instagram back then. Damn, you're old.
Facebook, MySpace.
Oh, man. Yeah. So, and then people that were my clients started seeing the clothes because I know how to graphic design too. So they weren't like ugly designs or anything, but they were like, hey, how can I get that shirt? I'll buy it, ship it, And then I was like, okay. I mean, you're not my client, but yeah, it's $25 here, and then that just kind of rolled over and I was like, dude, I got something good here. So I made an online store. It was through Big Cartel at the time. They didn't have no Shopify, no nothing like that, right? So I made the Big Cartel, the RP Fitness, and then sold a bunch of shirts. And then once that started scaling, that's when I was making money while I was sleeping, right? So I was no longer exchanging my service, my time for money, and don't get me wrong, I was already making great money with my training business, but I just knew if I took this to another level, I can really scale this because, this is e-commerce, this is online. I can really push this around the world, right? And then I just ran with it then, and then this is where I'm at today. Yeah.
Wow.
To sum it all up, right?
Oh, that's inspiring. So you're a self-taught designer?
Yes. I took that one class in high school. It taught me Illustrator and Photoshop. And then after that, it was YouTube University.
Yeah. I learned everything on YouTube. Man, that's so cool to hear your story. Like, it just motivates me. Like, I feel like your life is like you're born to do what you do. Like, everything's happening for a reason. Like, were your parents supportive of you not finishing college? Because, like to me, like when my parents were like, yo, you got to finish college. I dropped out as well because I picked machine shop and got on academic probation. Like, I didn't know what the hell I was going to do with machine. Like, what the hell did I pick machine shop for? I'm like, damn it. Yeah. Now I got bad grades and I'm just not going to finish school. So school wasn't for me. So. Right. But like, I'm glad you found your way and just everything just worked out and you did your personal training business booming. Yeah. And then you already had the knowledge to make cheese or clothes and just people hitting you up and boom, Big Cartel. I remember Big Cartel. And it's big. It's still around, Big Cartel. So it's like that whole e-commerce business is the move, the wave. So you were ahead of the game. What year was this? This is like the beginning of it? Yeah, 11, 12. Was this the birth of LiveFit or like the kind of you're about to transition to LiveFit? Because this was RP Fitness, right? Yes, yeah. I forgot to mention that. You're right. LiveFit was actually just a slogan for my personal training business, right? Oh. Yeah, so that's where the whole thing came from. And it wasn't trademarked. It wasn't anything yet. I was like, yo, I'm going to use this. And then LVFT came about because we just wanted an abbreviation. We just dropped the vowels and you still can't say LiveFit without, when you just read LVFT, still LiveFit. And that's how that came about. But yeah, man. You had to represent one time. Right there. Exactly. Hey. Yep. And that was the start. And then eventually down the line, it became so overwhelming that I had to shut down the business. But I had trainers working for me at the time already. You might know them. They're T and Jandar. They're from Long Beach too. They have J2 Fit now. J2 Fit, right? Yeah. I think I have mutual friends. I think G-Fun Supreme's homies with them. Yeah. Bori, yeah. Yeah, Bori's all buff now. But he's fit. But those guys used to work. So they're your peoples? They're your peoples? Oh, yeah, dude. I freaking grew up with those guys. So they used to work for RP Fitness. And then Jandar and T was like under my wing for a cool minute, no limits at that gym, right? So I just, taught them what I knew. And then eventually when I had to shut down my business, I gave them a lot of my professional clients, my clients that were like lifetime clients, because they didn't want to stop working out with me. It was kind of, when you're a trainer, you spend a lot of one-on-one time with these people, and they're professionals like engineers, doctors. I had a couple surgeons and they're just like, oh man, like, who am I going to go to? We spend years, it was like, almost like I was like a therapist at the same time. I hear them out, they hear me out, so they all understood why I was going to shut their business down too, because they knew I wanted to pursue LiveFit, but yeah, it worked out. And then still to this day, a few of my really good clients still work out with T and Jandar. I see it. It's super dope, and those guys, T and Jandar, JT Fit, they took their personal training business to a whole nother level. Like they have their own gym. They're generating insane amount of revenue. Like I can't believe what they're doing. Like I'm super proud of those guys too, Yeah. That's so dope to hear, man. Yeah. How did it feel when you got to the point where you are in your business today? Like, the LiveFit empire started booming, because I don't know, you came out of nowhere. Like, I didn't know you'd come out until later. Yeah. But like, I didn't know. I just saw LiveFit, like just people wearing that everywhere. Like, you don't even matter what. Remember, I sent you a picture of somebody at some random function in New York. Like, I sent you, this guy rocking LiveFit. So it's like you became kind of like a national brand, like. Yeah. And like, I feel like fitness is like a recession-proof business. Like there's always people in the gym. So I'm like, you pick like the perfect niche, the perfect brand to be in. Like, I'm like, damn, you got it. Yeah, no, it was take us on that. Yeah, like, how did you feel? Like, it was cool. Overwhelm you? It was overwhelming, but when we started getting some momentum, it was just nonstop.
So I didn't really, until now, but like for a good 4 or 5 years, like there was no time to literally relax and kind of like let it sink in. It was just go, go, go. Let's scale. It was crazy, like some of the years were even blurred together to me. I was like, oh, what year did we go to Australia? Like we would sometimes argue about that. Like, no, it was 2017. No, it was 18. Because we were moving so fast, which isn't a good thing, but a good thing at the same time when you're trying to scale, But like it was, I just knew I had to just keep on going, But now that you do look back, it is a crazy feeling of how much stuff and how much people we were able to affect and impact. It was wild. Like you're saying, you would just go places randomly and then see our logo or our clothes, and that to me is like, man, it became like a household or like a staple type of brand. If you go to the gym, you know who we are. Regardless what city, what country you're from. It's still wild. Like, I don't know. It's crazy.
That's so dope, man. I remember there was a point in time too when I saw like a couple bootleggers you were sharing, like people like selling your copy. Like, yo, I was at work. Like, I'm like, damn, I was pissed for you. Like, how do they get away with that? Like the bootleggers, how do you deal with those type of people? It's like, do you write a cease and desist? Like, how do you track them down? Like, they just take your logo and sell it on their own?
Yeah, you can do the whole cease and desist way. We've done that in the beginning when I was a rookie, and I didn't know that becomes costly. And sometimes when you take, like we ended up going, we went after this nutrition store that just blatantly used our logo, LVFT, whatever, and then sold clothes, and it was in North Carolina or some shit. And then, we pursued them, and then we ended up winning, right? But what did I really win? The guy filed bankruptcy, didn't pay anything, and I had lawyer fees. So who really won, right? You see what I'm saying? So it's like, man, there's just, it just depends on how big the scenario is, like I'm sure, like I'm not comparing myself by all means to like Nike, but for Nike, for example, in China, they have factories that make fake stuff and they'll shut down and move on to the next. There's just things that you can't stop in the black market, So we try to produce things here and there that have like the little symbolic labels of authenticity now, what I'm saying? Things like that, that it's real, because we ordered a pair of shorts from Vietnam because we just saw the site. We're like, damn, let's see if it's legit. The shorts came in, the size small was fucking small, and they had a tag that said Dr. Muscle on it. I was like, oh my God, it was terrible. But, yeah, but right now, dude,
you made it when someone bootlegs your stuff. You made it.
yeah, exactly. That's a good way to see it, but it's inevitable, once you get big, people are going to do that, and you just focus on yourself, make sure you're still growing, make sure, your team's good. So it's going to come with the territory. Yeah.
How important is it to have a team? I know that you have a whole warehouse now, like, right? So it's like, you're not by yourself. You got a whole staff, right? Like, how tell us about your staff.
Yeah.
Like, how'd you guys link up and stuff? And how many people work under the brand?
Prior to the pandemic, so in California, we were forced to furlough people. We were forced to lay people off. So a lot of people don't get to see that side of things from the employer side, right? We get the shit in the stick because we still have to pay our rent. We still have to do all the stuff that's not going to stop, correct? And then, but we don't have the workers. We don't have, it's staff and the manpower. But before the pandemic, we had about 30 plus employees, and that was in-house. So they had like a W-2 actual on payroll, and then we would have like a team of athletes and ambassadors that are contracted, so they get a 1099, right? So total be almost like 50 people plus, on the whole squad. And then now we're about maybe 40 still, maybe even 50 with everybody including. But in-house right now at in the corporate side, I think there's like 12 of us. And then in the warehouse, I think there's like another 12 or so. We got our stuff down so efficiently. We were able to, produce and pump out without any bleeding holes or anything like that. So yeah, it's crazy, when you think about it that way. But we're still hiring here and there, but a team is very crucial. This is one thing I've learned and I had to relearn. and relearn again is to delegate. I had just took this course, Echelon Front, with Jocko and JP Donnell, a bunch of Navy SEALs. We were doing some training, but they were teaching us leadership skills. And one of the principles and skill sets that we had learned was to delegate, you know, because you can have one of me, right? I used to be that guy. I'm going to do everything myself in the beginning because I'm an entrepreneur, right? I blew this thing up.
Right.
I feel like I'm going to be the best at it. But if I spread myself thin, I'm going to start getting 60%, 50%, 40%. You can go so long and spread yourself thin to where you're doing 10% versus, hey, you can hire this guy. He may not give you 100%, maybe 70, but you can have 70, unlimited amount as long as you're producing the revenue. You see what I'm saying? And then I can step back and detach myself, and I can oversee the whole company, the direction, and kind of see the things that we may be missing. Maybe we're bleeding some money out right here. Maybe we need to patch this up. And then I have more time to expand and do, you know, business development and grow the company. So, yeah.
Yeah. Man, it seems like you're always doing something. You're very hands-on. That's what I like about you. Like, how do you stay like motivated to get up and just go hard every day? Like, you're always working, man. Like, damn, this guy don't sleep. Do you sleep?
Barely.
Does Randall Pich sleep?
Barely sleep. That's why I can drink those rain house. No, but lately, actually, I have been able to be more hands-on, and the reason is because I have a pretty fucking dope team to handle their shit, you know, and that's very, very hard, especially nowadays. New hires, they just want shit so fast. They don't know how to work for it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I work regular fucking telemarketing job type stuff. Like, dude, it just sucks. I've done construction, I've done all kinds of stuff, and I know, like, when you clock in for like a corporate company, you better do the shit right. If not, they don't even talk. They're just, you're done, right? So I learned that, and they're very cutthroat. And that's just how the workforce is, right? So then I learned that and took that into consideration. I wanted our staff to be, you know, like more family oriented, like just a bunch of friends. So when I go to work, I don't feel like I'm going to work. Now, one thing I've been focusing on is really letting them do their job, because they, in their position, they probably know more about their job than I do, right? So letting them do their thing, me detaching, gives me just more time to maybe hire more people and just grow the business and stuff. But, you know, we have a pretty tight knit group here. Everybody knows what they're supposed to be doing and stuff. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. Like, after the pandemic, right, it was crazy because I was doing pretty much everything. Sarah and I, and then a couple of other guys that were on salary, right, we would just literally strap down and stay fucking overtime and just hammer out what we needed to do because customers didn't know and they didn't care. They wanted their shit. We're just over here like, oh, fuck it, let's pump this stuff out. But now, right after the pandemic, when we started hiring again, and up until maybe just a couple of weeks ago, it was me and a lot of our older staff just training, spending time with the new hires, filtering out new hires, interviews, making sure when we hire the right people. Now that I have 8 years of experience doing this type of business, I know what I'm looking for. I know, you know, what all the red flags and things like that, right? So we had just got done hiring, and training and stuff has been pretty much done. So now I am finally at a point where I can get really, really creative and start designing, I'm sewing now too. You know, I have a hang day here.
Oh, you do?
Well, I just have a sewing machine just so I can make my own samples, right, and give it to our manufacturers. So that's another shortcut that I was able to shave off. You know, I don't have to hire a seamstress or whatever to do a cut and sew piece and then send it to China. No, I just do that shit myself, because sometimes that shit even comes out wrong, right? So then, yeah, I started doing stuff like that. But like I said, now that I have my staff to do whatever they need to do to take care of the business, I can focus on being creative and create really, really dope stuff, be more involved with like the R&D stuff and be more involved with the athletes working out, you know? And this is literally just like all happening like this past month, you know? So it's been cool. And that's how I stay motivated now, or even back then, like when I'm working on a project, I want to finish it. And as I'm working on one thing, it branches off, and I've maybe I could do it on another color, or you know, this would look dope with this hat. So I start jumping all over the place and having all types of projects in the works. And that's the thing that motivates me and keeps me going, because it's like, damn, I want to end result. you know, and it's like it never stops, you know, because after one collection, you're already planning, you know, the next 2 or 3 or 4. So that shit, I'm motivated right now, like talking about it, dude. Let's go finish it.
Man, so that leads to top threads.
Yes.
That leads to top threads. Like, I've been peeping your stuff. Like, damn, I like the utility bags that you've been having. I'm not sure if it's top thread, but that may be Live Fit, but it's still like you're not just pure gym. You have like stuff you can wear in the woods, or like you know, what's it called, utility bag. I can probably go camping with that bag on or something.
And that's the thing too.
I think it's dope.
Yeah.
And what's that head garment that you have too? What's that called?
The shamag.
I'm like, this guy's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
I like that.
A lot of my brands, you can see that they have a heavy influence from my personal life, you know, with the whole, because I have my own personal brand too on my randallpich.com. So that's where you can buy like the anti-9 to 5, the hustle 24/7 stuff, more towards entrepreneurship. And then you can buy the shamags and stuff because, like, you know, I like to go shooting. I like to train like tactical stuff. And, you know, we wear that type of stuff when you keep the dirt out your face, or when you're out in the desert and shit. So when the pandemic hit, I was like, man, this is fucking perfect. I'm going to slang a bunch of these. And that's what we did.
Oh, yeah, I was about to ask you. So the pandemic, did it affected you in a positive way business-wise? Because I did see you, like, switch it up and do, like, some dope quotes, T-shirts with some, like, I don't know if it was motivational quote, but I'm trying to think of what it was. It was pretty dope.
When we first did, I'm glad you brought this up. This is crazy. When we first had the lockdown, right, they didn't know. All they knew was they were short on masks and people needed masks, right? So right off the bat, I'm like, fuck it. We're making masks. I don't care. There's a shortage. I have the plug. I can do it. Let's do it. So I made those fuck COVID masks out of sleeve.
Oh, yeah.
That's when I started sewing. I just like, dude, let's do this. You know how?
Oh, you sewed that?
Yeah. The first time, that's when I really learned how to do it, because I was like, dude, there's no way. So we cut off T-shirt sleeves from our blanks, and then we just started sewing them. But I got so much heat and so much hate in the beginning. It was insane. People were like,
tell us
believe
why. Is it because of the profanity? Or is it like the F word? Or is it stuff like that?
There was people saying, oh, I can't believe you're making money off of dead people. Like, people are dying. How can you do this? And they're not even seeing it from a actual logical point of view. I'm like, number one, I had to furlough all my employees. So this big ass warehouse isn't going to pay itself. I don't even know how I'm going to pay it, you know? Wow. And then second, there's a mask shortage, right? So people need that stuff. So it just all made sense for me to sell it. And I was selling it way cheaper than the regular stores, you know what I'm saying? I was selling for like $250 or something, because I didn't want to really make any profit. I just wanted to make enough so I can go buy. But yeah, I got a lot of shit for it, you know, because there's always people out there trying to fucking say something smart. Yeah. I had big influencers too that would talk shit literally behind my back, saying, I can't believe this guy, dude. I would never, I would make it for free. Da, da, da. And then a month later, they started selling shit. It was crazy. I got the heat first, but I didn't stop, because I knew in my gut deep down that I needed to pursue this, because this is huge, and it's going to change the whole fucking world. And eventually, check it, dude, in 2 months, 3 months, we sold over 20,000 masks. And then we started manufacturing for other companies, because we developed the neoprene ones, the ones that are actually really soft and are really good for your ears. It doesn't hurt. So I'm glad I made that decision to not give in to people's opinions when you know what's actually right, you know. And but it was hard, because I was contemplating, like, man, am I doing something wrong here? But they don't get it from our side, you know. It's like, yo, I got a business. I gotta make ends meet. I don't have employees no more, but I still got to pay the rent. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Yeah, I felt like this. I didn't see anything wrong with that. Like, there's always people that's gonna say something like that, you know. Too, But it's like,
normally I take shit like really well. I don't really care, you know. But there was some people in the medical field messaging and saying shit like that. You know, I was actually really surprised, you know. So, but then again, there were other people as well that were fully supportive. I called my uncle. He's the head respiratory doc at White Memorial in LA. And he's like, yeah, no, we're good on masks. So yeah, fuck it. Yeah.
Fuck COVID, you know what I mean? It's not like, you know what I mean? It's that, man, like some people, you know, like the pandemic, man, I seen businesses shut down.
Dude.
Like that business has been around for like 20 years shut down. Like, damn.
So, yeah, it was
Only the
fucking
strong survive. So I'm
crazy.
glad that you're able to switch it up
Yeah,
and
yeah.
adapt with the time, man. Like some people will probably just curl up and die. You know, like, yo, like, what am I gonna do? But
Yeah.
like, yo, you gotta do something. So like, damn, it's inspiring me to like go ham. You know, just like, you know, just figure it out. You gotta figure it out. So,
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that we had was overseas too. And what had happened during the pandemic, borders got cut off, right? All import, exports cut off. Well, I had a 250,000 out in China fucking cut off. You know, so I was like...
Due to COVID, right?
Yeah,
Because of
like,
the shipping, they could have... Okay.
I was like,
wow.
Yeah, they're developing like a lot of our garments. But what the fuck am I going to do? Luckily, I don't keep my eggs in one basket. I have shit everywhere. I got it, you know, all over the States. I got it in other countries that were still open to us. So I was able to maneuver, you know. Now it's, you know, I'm glad like we were able to do that because a lot of people kept their eggs in one basket. And what happened? China shut down, their business is done, right? I hate relying on just one source. So, yeah.
Which leads to my other question I wanted to ask. So you're like a self-made millionaire. Like, you can't just have one stream of revenue to be successful, right? So you have multiple revenues. What else do you do besides apparel? Do you invest in real estate? Do you own real estate, or do you do like stocks and crypto, whatever? Let us know. I want to know.
Yeah. So I do invest in real estate. I'm a part of Commune Capital, which is with a bunch of pro skaters. Mikey Taylor is the president and owner of Commune Capital. So we have like a couple apartment buildings, we have storage units, and those type of investments. You know, I think we just flipped a apartment on Long Beach 5th and Cherry. It was like an old senior home or something like that, but we bought it out, renovated it and stuff like that, and then fixed it all up, and then now I think it's making really, really good revenue, you know, through just other families and stuff. Because there's a ton of senior homes around there already. Yeah, so real estate, I got that down. And then I'm looking right now to just inventory is pretty low right now, and the prices are high. But as soon as it gets down, I'm probably gonna just get our own multiple like single family homes. But so that's one source of revenue. And then I have all my brands here, which is Lifted Apparel, Top Threads. And then I am a silent partner in Gold English, which is a tattoo inspired brand with one of my old homies, Tony McGinn. He won one of the Ink Master seasons. And, but I known him way before. He actually tattooed my hand here when I was like 18 years old years ago. But yeah, I have that brand. And then what else? Stocks and stuff like that. I used to do it. I did it in 2014 and 15, but I had a private investor at a private portfolio. I lost, I think it was like 50 or 100 racks in a week.
Wow.
I invested in it was just bad timing, and I learned right then and there. My CPA even tells me, it's like, he warned Sarah too. He goes, you know, he's going to do it anyways. So let him learn. So it was, I forget what year, but it was the biggest crash after 2008. So, there's no way around it. So then I stopped doing stocks and stuff, but then I started doing crypto. But I was doing crypto way back. You know, this is when like Bitcoin was like $60 or so. Because my cousin Ricky, he used to play like World of Warcraft, Diablo and stuff. And he used to buy weapons, right? And you can only buy weapons with like Bitcoin and shit. So, you know, it was like way back then, you know, so that's how I found out about it at first. But then, I have a few cryptos. I have a few Bitcoins. I was doing all that stuff a while back. And then now I'm just letting it, because it kind of leveled out. I'm going to just let it sit there. But right now, I think, you know, our house or my house right now that I have, the equity on it is already skyrocketed. So I'm going to probably pull some out and then use that as well on more real estate stuff. So yeah, but there's always something else, you know. Like I have the other business too. Skylab prints. So we print like canvases, posters, and stickers and stuff for other companies and brands, you know. So that's an extra stream of revenue. And then, I don't know. I'm always... It's
called Skylab? Skylab Prints?
Yeah, Skylab Prints, yeah. So you can just go on the site. You can take a photo on your phone. If it meets the requirements, upload it, hit submit, and we'll print it and then ship it out. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So... yeah, like I'm always looking for another hustle. You know, I'm always
hustles.
with that.
You have a lot of multiple hustles. I love to see it. Yeah, I was about to say like there's always something new too. Like I don't know if you heard of NFTs. Will there be a Randall Pich NFT?
You know what?
It's like a non-fungible token. Like, I don't know. It's like a digital art that's selling. I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
I can see you selling a digital art for, especially your quotes or something. I think people would buy it.
Yeah.
And they pay top dollar too. This ain't no $100
I
house.
know.
People paying $50,000 for like a Tekashi 6ix9ine poster. Like, come on, who was doing that? Like, no way.
Oh man.
I got to research this NFT thing, man.
Yeah.
Like one day, man.
Yeah.
Just gotta stay hip to the times.
Yeah, but right now, I mean, like you said, I'm at a pretty good point, you know, like where it's not money that's gonna like fulfill whatever that I'm after. You know, it's more now. I want to spend time with the family. I want to be less stressed, you know, and I just want to have fun. You know, that's where I'm at right now. Like my state of mind. You know what I'm saying? But if the hustle does come up or some opportunity comes up, I'm not gonna. You know, doors are always open. You know, I always say that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I was gonna ask you, which leads to what's your greatest joy in life? Would you say fatherhood? Like, how's being a parent changed your life? Because you're a new parent, right?
Yes.
Like maybe a couple years in.
Yeah.
You got some beautiful kids, by the way.
Thanks.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I have a daughter now, Reese. She just turned 2 on June 14th, so she's about 2 in a month. But it's great now. Like, it's crazy. She was born, and then all my priorities and everything just changed. Like, I don't even care about my toys. You know, like I didn't drive my R8 for like a year after she was born. The Lambo, I don't even drive anymore. Like I just ride all my Harleys. You know, I got like 4 bikes now just so I can clear my head. But it's just the priorities change. You know, like when I go home or when the weekend's coming up, I look forward to staying home and just kicking it with her. You know what I mean? It's weird. Like I don't really give a shit about anything else. It's so wild. And I thought I would be like, I'm going to bring her and hang out with my friends and show her. Or, like, no, I just want to be home with her and with Sarah and just hang out and do nothing. You know? That's like the greatest feeling ever when you have nothing on your mind or nothing on the schedule and you're just living in the moment at the time, enjoying, you know, your family. It's fucking awesome. And so I sound so old saying that shit, dude. You know?
No,
but yeah, that's like,
that's goals,
yeah, and that's my joy right there. That's what, I'm chasing.
So you just have one daughter, right?
Yeah,
and
one.
She's one. She's 1 years
2.
old?
I have one daughter. She's 2 years old. And I have a niece too. My brother has a daughter. She's I think about 4 or 5. She's older than Reese. So I got, you know, experience taking care of her or babysitting her whenever I could at the time. But yeah, when you actually have a baby and it lives in your house, it fuck you don't sleep for the like first year. You do not sleep. It's fucking insane. Yeah.
And you have dogs too, right? You have a dog?
Yep, I have a dog. I have one dog. He's a pit bull mixed cocker spaniel from Mexico. We rescued him. He's actually here running around the office. Dogs. Yeah. So he's cool. I love him, man. And that dog, he changed my life. I used to not be like a dog person, you know? Like Sarah was just like, we're going to eat a dog. I'm like, all right, whatever. You know, you take care of it. And then all of a sudden, this fool, man, he got me whipped. It's crazy.
Man's best friend, man.
Yes.
I love dogs.
100%.
Man. I was the same. I didn't want a dog in the beginning, but my girl rescued a Shiba Inu, then was like my best friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And he sleeps on the bed like every night. Yeah. Yeah. I love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
So was the Lamborghini your first big purchase, or was there other things that you bought?
I say the R8. The R8 first.
The R8?
The R8 was like the
okay.
Damn, this was my dream car, you know? And
man,
then,
you got good taste, man. I like the R8. I like, man, the Lambo, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that your like weekend car? Like you probably just drive it once in a while, or you do actually drive? You put miles on it?
I put miles. I don't give a shit. Yeah,
you buy it to drive it, right?
Yeah,
you don't.
Yeah.
It's not for decoration.
No, I'll drive it. You know, I put the shirt over the car seat.
What's the fastest you've driven it?
Oh man, I took it one time. I think 150, 160 down the 405. I don't know why I'm saying this, but yeah, I was smashing through the light or the dotted things turning like solid. That's how fast it was going. I was like, holy shit.
Man.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
I've never ridden in a Lambo before, so
dude, when you come down,
man,
let's go.
Give me a ride down the block or something, man. Just
we'll take it out.
Speed limit. I'm scared.
Next time you cruise down to Long Beach, because you come down here quite often, right?
Yeah, it's been a while, but I definitely plan on to now that everything's starting to open again. But
yeah, you cruise down. You come down to the warehouse, come check out the warehouse, and I can show you around over here. But
I would love that.
What's crazy is LA just got masks mandated again.
Mm-hmm.
So
is that the variant over there now too? Like that Delta of COVID?
That's what they say, dude. I don't know, but I'm over here now in Orange County, in Huntington Beach, and we're pretty much free here. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
And it's fucking awesome over here. Yeah.
Yeah, New York's open now too, so it's like I did a whole year of being scared. Like I'm not gonna be scared.
How was that for you?
Man. Yeah. It was pretty. I was pretty kind of like I wasn't scared of COVID. Like I just like my family that I'm with. My girlfriend's grandma lived here too. I was just more afraid of their just bringing it over and chlong it to them. If I didn't get it in a year, man, when am I gonna get it? I was kind of like, yo, is it gonna happen?
Exactly.
But I do.
Exactly.
It's real. Like people around me had it. I know an old coworker that passed away. Rest in peace, man. Wendy Who. But she passed away. But it's real, but at the same time, like, damn, do I want to live my life in fear for a whole year and just kind of stay in my room? I mean, I got to go outside and
New York was popping up a lot in our news, So
yeah, yeah. At one point, it was the epicenter. Like, damn, it was crazy over here. Yeah.
I was like, oh.
And then I went to Cali. Like you guys went to the beach with it. Yeah, you guys were chilling at the beach. It was like a never-ending cycle. Then it was Arizona and like Miami. Miami don't give a shit. Miami partying.
Yeah, dude. I was just over
Miami been open.
Yeah, they've been open. They're like, what pandemic?
Yeah. Yup.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's good though.
Man, Randall, what's your definition of success?
I would say now is just happiness, dude. Like true happiness, man. A calm, peaceful state of mind, dude. Like as cheesy as that sounds, or however you guys take it, I think that is like the really, really true definition of like true success, because like I've been to the point where I've had it a lot, where you can go out and party, do this, that, own whatever the fuck you want, but then at the end of the day, like the stuff just wears off, man, like the cars and all that stuff, like it wears off, the toys and stuff. So, but true happiness is like literally just, or success is true happiness and health and wellness in your family, if that makes sense. Yeah.
That's real. That's like the realest answer.
Yeah. My
health.
Yeah.
Health is wealth.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
mental, physical, all that.
Yeah. When I see like Reese growing up and like her actually like reading, or like she has books, she doesn't know how to read yet, but she can like call the words out and stuff. It's crazy. She's pretty advanced in that. I don't want to be that parent, but like she gets it, she's only 2 and she can like say sentences and stuff like that. And when I say that, like, when I see that, like, yeah, that's super successful, on my part or on Sarah's part, on our part, like we know we provide for that little one to be able to do this at such a young age. So the more she becomes an adult or growing up, I think, that's the type of success I'm going to start measuring. Everything else doesn't matter. I'm like, yeah. All this stuff now, like Live Fit and whatever. Yeah, it's a business and stuff, but I'm at a point where I'm having fun, right? So I'm happy. So we're successful that way. Our team is crushing it. We're still fucking crushing it in terms of like revenue and all that stuff. But if that's no longer the priority, it's going to come when you have a dope team and you're having fun creating and shit. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. So what are your goals for Live Fit, and then what are your other projects you're working on now? Like you said you want to expand, or like just Live Fit will always be your baby, but are you focused on like not being like the I want to say, how do you say
the face of it?
The face of Live Fit.
Yeah, that's like a ongoing battle right now, because my staff the corporate office people, they know that I have to be the face. You know, they see the numbers and stuff. The more I am involved and are on the social media on the LiftFit side, the revenue like jumps up, you know, and that goes even with like all the athletes that we have. No one has as much influence as myself, you know. And then on the other hand, I'm trying to fight like, well, fuck, I want to, you know, give this off and I'll be the CEO, be behind the scenes, but I don't think it's going to work out. So that's why we're trying to find that balance of me being creative and having fun at the same time. We're videoing that too, you know, and kind of putting that out there. And then I'll jump in front of the camera if need be, you know. Yeah, believe it or not, it's exhausting. It's exhausting standing there flexing and having someone take a photo. Sounds lame. But, you know, I just, yeah, I mean, the next move now for me is really focusing on my team and really focusing on the wholesale side of the Department of Lift Fit Apparel, because when the pandemic hit, I think we had over 30 some international accounts, and they all got, you know, cut off. So, fuck, what do we do, you know? And then once the U.S. Customs and the import-export started opening back up, it was hard for us to keep stuff in stock, you know? I don't know. I think the pandemic caused a shortage of like manufacturers. So when they started ordering our stores international, we couldn't fulfill it all the time. Like it was always half fulfilled, you know? But now this past month or so, when we did our new hires, we had trained a really great wholesale person, Kaylee. Now she's just been reaching out and really putting out the fires and establishing these relationships back, you know? So like Japan, they order a lot. Like LiftFit is pretty big in Japan. So they're back on board. Australia's back on board. I think she's still working with South Africa. We're starting to close that deal. And then Abu Dhabi and over there in Dubai, we just closed a pretty big deal. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. So they're happy now. But yeah, it's just now reaching out to those type of clients, you know? Yeah, I think Canada as well. Yeah. But I just want to build those relationships back up. So then hopefully in the future, we can go and do another tour and tour around the stores and do some meet and greet stuff, you know? But yeah, I feel like the wholesale side of LiftFit kind of fell off during the pandemic. So we're going to pick that back up. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
LiftFit to the moon,
baby. Yeah.
So talk about Top Threads. Like what led you to start Top Threads?
So Top Threads, at first it just started as like a hat brand, you know, and it was just like a whatever it was just for fun, right? I mean, it is still for fun, but it was literally just like inspirational type of sayings and stuff on hats, like hustle or, you know, things like that. Like mindset is everything, whatever. But then I shifted it maybe a few months into it when I saw the traction it got. And then I wanted to eventually start another brand to where I can have influences from my life that isn't involved in fitness, right? So you're talking about the tattoo culture. You're talking about the hardcore culture of like the bands and stuff like that, you know, the like hardcore music and stuff. And then having more of a fashion side of myself be portrayed out there, you know what I'm saying? So that's how it is now, you know, a lot of neutral colors, but there's still that side of like the tattoo art and flash art in it. And that's a lot more of just kind of like the underground type of, you know, streetwear culture. So it's, yeah, directly influenced by myself.
I dig it.
Yeah.
And it's been gaining some traction right now.
It's pretty actually doing really well. Like I tell it, if we didn't have LiftFit, Top Threads would survive too. It would just we can pay everything with that. So it's pretty dope. Like because LiftFit grew organically, and I was like, damn man, that was really hard to do. I don't think I can ever do that again, right? And then Top Threads grew organically again. I'm like, holy shit, you know? So it's
that's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
I'm super thankful for it. You know, like the people that rock our stuff are like very loyal and, you know, just about it. So it's cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like your designs, man. They're clean. They're not doing. It's not too crazy.
Yeah,
and
it's not too crazy. Just simple, clean.
It's clean.
Yeah. That's my style. So
I'm gonna have to cop some. Would you classify it as like a urban wear, or is it like more kind of casual wear for like everyday clothes? Like
yeah,
or is it like skate wear?
it's got both. It's got both sides to it. You know, it's got that more like higher end casual type of wear. Then you do have like the urban wear where there's those t-shirts with the tattoo art on it. You know, so you can find all kinds of different wardrobes and on the Top Threads website. You know, it's pretty cool. And we have like accessories and stuff too, like the dual knuck rings and stuff. So we have like an expansion of things, sunglasses as well. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Right. So it's topthreads.com?
Topthreadsinc.com. Yeah.
Topthreadsinc.com for those that want to go check that out. And Live Fit for the fitness folks.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't even know no other name besides Live Fit and Lululemon right now that's fitness. So like for someone, I know Randall and it's like, I know this guy. Like, and he runs like one of the biggest fitness empires out. Like, that's so dope.
It's crazy, man.
To be a part of your friend, man. Just to know
you. Yeah, definitely, dude.
To get all these gems from you. I'm soaking it in. I'm inspired, man. And the people that are listening or watching, I'm pretty sure they're inspired as well. And what advice would you give to like the next generation of entrepreneurs?
Oh man, it's just to take advantage of the resources that you have nowadays, man. Everything is like literally free, dude. You know, you just got to kind of put a little bit of effort, not a little bit, you got to put a lot of effort actually, but because there's a lot of stuff being fed that it's like the next day type of success, or invest in this shit or do this crypto, whatever, and fucking get rich, but it's never the case, that's a 1 in a million chance, but the more persistent you are, the harder you work, that ratio of your odds become higher, you get better odds. So I always tell people, like, when I started off, I just kept going, if I wanted to do something, I'm going to do it until I finish, or do it until I get some results. But you have to recognize when you have to scrap that shit and move on to the next, But as far as putting in effort and working hard, man, I don't know, man, because like this generation, it's very hard to show them that because, I've brought in some interviews and or hung around with other younger guys that have seen me work, and like because they're just kicking it with me in the office trying to pick my brain, and they're like, "Damn, you really?" Like, I'm tired. I'm gonna go. I'm like, "All right, dude, cool, man." But I'm still working. I'm grinding. Like, I'm literally doing a lot. Because that's just what it takes. You got to be. I guess you got to be obsessed. That's the thing. People nowadays are not obsessed with what they're trying to do to succeed. You have to become obsessive about it. You have to eat, sleep, and dream about that shit, like, 24/7. Yeah, just be persistent, consistent. That's the thing, the main thing. If I were to tell everybody, especially all the young guys out there, man, because the competition is only getting slimmer, so you gotta stand out. You gotta fucking work hard. Yeah.
You heard it, folks. Be persistent and consistent. Mm-hmm. Be obsessed.
Yes.
Love what you do and go ham at it every single day, man.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Thank you for all the jewels and gems, Randall.
Of course.
You brought a lot of value to the podcast, and I'm hella excited, man. I'm hella happy that this is finally happening, man.
Yeah, I'm stoked, dude.
I remember I asked you like a couple weeks ago, and then you went MIA. I mean, like, damn, did I say something wrong?
Yeah. I was looking at my phone. Oh, shit, I gotta go.
He ghosted me. But I understand you're busy. Yeah, the next thing you know, you're in Utah. You missed the flight.
Yeah.
Okay, he's busy.
Yeah. Dude, wild, man. Yeah.
Man, but shoot, I'm glad we made it happen.
Yep.
And man, I look forward to what's next for you, man, and your family.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I gotta ask you, man, some fun questions.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
of course.
What's your favorite Khmer food? The world wants to know what's your favorite Khmer food.
It's
too many.
There's a lot.
Too many, right?
There's a lot.
It's a hard question for me too. I say salamat yukrung, but I like to think about. I'm a simple dude.
See, yeah. I'll say beef sticks though. The psycho.
The lemongrass beef stick, the chicken.
Yep.
Or twaco. And do you like the stuffed chicken wings? The stuffed chicken wings with the lemongrass? Man.
You know what? I don't like this stuff.
You don't like that? Oh, my sister makes the best ones.
That's one thing. Yeah, I don't like that, but I like the taco. That's, man, I got some at home now.
Say less. Taco is like a ultimate comfort food. I could just have that with rice. I don't need no soy sauce. I don't need nothing. Just taco that, rice. Just rice. It's already choo-choo. You like the sour ones, right?
Yeah. Bomb.
Man.
Man.
Where do you get your taco, by the way? Did you get it locally, or do you have family members that make it? Or
yeah, I think my mom, she goes to Riverside Market in Long Beach. She'll just go pick it up over there, you know? And you know what's crazy? I didn't used to crave Cambodian food until I left my mom's house. Like, really? Man, I'm craving some salamachu, straight some, you know, some calms, baba, you know, all. I'm like, damn, man.
That's how it goes, man. Yeah. Nothing's better than mom's cooking, man. Like when I left, like, shit, man, you always miss home cooked Cambodian food.
And then, yeah, there's just a regular grilled chicken, you know, the like whatever the typical one that you grill at the barbecues and stuff, you know, at the parties.
Yeah,
and I eat that stuff all day. You know, but pork and all that stuff too. I love that stuff as well. Yeah, and you know, mom.
Yes, with the mom, the it's like in a jar. It's fermented. Yes. It has like the lahong and some like shrimp in there and salmon. Oh,
I'll eat that with just rice. And dude, Sarah thinks I'm tripping, dog.
Because it smells like death when you open it. Like, it smells like rigor mortis.
Yo, Sarah.
It stinks so good.
Sarah labeled our refrigerator and microwave. I shit you not, bro. It says Randall's section. Don't or throw food out, you know. And on the microwave, it says, do not store food in microwave. I was like, oh my God, Sarah, I live here. What are you doing, you know? She hates
That's hilarious.
Oh, like the tringet, because I love tringet.
Oh, man. I love that too.
Man, one time I came home, she threw away.
It stinks so good.
She threw away my tringet. She threw away my taco because she thought it was rotten. I was like, oh, that's just how it looks.
Rotten.
I was so pissed. I was like, I'm so hungry.
Does she like my food at all? Like any of the dishes?
She likes the more on like the Thai side, like mikatang and stuff. She'll like that. She likes the katil, you know, because she's gluten intolerant. She's celiac, so she can't have gluten. So all the rice stuff she likes. She likes the lamachu and the krung and all that stuff, and you know all the lemongrass. So
yeah, the lemongrass.
Yeah. That's her.
Yeah, shout out to Sarah, man. She showed me some love on my video.
Yeah.
Man.
She was just telling me.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, goes, I talked to her like Chluy. I'm like, damn.
I love that, man. Like, that's what's up. And does your daughter like Khmer food? Like, do you instill any of the Khmer culture to her? Like, maybe some Khmer words too? Like, is she gonna grow up to be like multicultural?
100%. Because my mom babysits between her and the nanny. So the nanny's Hispanic, so she teaches her some Spanish. She knows how to count to 5 in Spanish. She knows how to count to 5 in English, and she knows how to count to 5 in Khmer. And then she knows all the other Khmer words like mo, mot, the jit, all that stuff. And she knows it. Even when she was like 1.5, my mom like, anak bako, and she goes, me. You know what I'm saying? Like she knows, man. It's so cool.
Man, kids learn, man. They observe like a sponge, man. They chalat, man. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, she's definitely exposed to all the cultures. You know, that's one thing in our family. Like my niece, she's half Mexican, and she's exposed to everything. You know what I'm saying? So the kids that grow up around us, very non-ignorant, very open-minded. You know, it's cool. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Randall, for blessing me with your presence. I want to let you know that I support you 1,000%. I'll let you know when I'm in town and we link up and then give me a tour.
Yeah, man.
Meet your peoples. Yep. Take me a spin in the Lambo.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fun, man. And much success to you in your future. And any last words or shout outs or anything you want to promote to end this on a good note?
No, I just wanted to say thank you for having me. I've been watching your stuff before I even reached out to you, before we even linked up, so this is like really cool for me. It's really cool for everybody here, because they all know of you, so like I just want to say thanks, for having me be a part of this. Like I said before, like it's been a minute since I've done anything outside of my work, and I get hit up a lot, but I wasn't going to let this one pass by. So I don't know. I'm just stoked to be a part of the Hella Chluy podcast, I will definitely take you up on your offer when you're in town. You don't hesitate, just hit me up. Like, I'm not in Long Beach anymore, but I'm down the street from Long Beach, but I'll take you in. You can meet the staff and stuff, we can get a workout into, and then I'll take you on the Lambo.
I'm down. Yo, and same if you're in the East Coast, New York, Philly. I'm in New York right now. But yeah, let me know if you're in town. We can link up too. I could
Definitely, man.
show you around New York. And yeah, let's keep in touch. And you inspire me to level up. And every day, man, make sure you guys, people that are watching, following. If you're not following Randall Pich, make sure his info's on the screen. Randall_Pich. Follow Live Fit. Follow Top Threads. And hey, see you at the top, my brother.
Cool, man. Thanks.
Thank you, brother.
Sweet, dude.
Live fit all day.
Yeah.